Good morning and welcome to episode number 718 of Hard Factor. I'm Will. We got Mark, Pat, Wes, full house. Thanks for cheating on the news with us again today. It is Thursday, June 24th, 2021. A couple things to follow up on before we get going. Under Siege Watch Party is this Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Netflix teleparty. Get involved at patreon.com/hardfactor if you want to get in on that. Also, huge news for all the listeners who are a fan of the Stereo app. We're going to get some of those live shows going in where you can call in. We have a new partner in the live audio space. It's Green Room by Spotify. So get the app, listen for maybe a new ad coming and new show times coming from us coming soon. But again, that's the Green Room app by Spotify. We're going to do live shows on there like we used to do on the Stereo app.
People are going to call in. It's all audio, but it's just like Stereo. But all four of us can be on it instead of two hosts. And then we bring in all the people that are they come in with their questions. You guys are listening live. I think the Green Room app is a separate app. In fact, I know it is, but it links to your Spotify. So if you don't have Spotify, you have to get Spotify. You don't have to pay for Spotify. You can get like the free version of Spotify with ads. That'll work fine with Green Room, but you need both Spotify and Green Room downloaded. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Get in there. We'll have some nice, fun live shows.
Hell yeah.
Mix it up a little bit. Anything else, fellas? Any other?
Oh, I got an update on a story from last week. Do you guys remember the lady who showed the first graders the masturbation video? How could you forget, right? She taught at the Dalton School, that school that costs $55,000 a year in New York, in Manhattan. Paul T, my guy on Instagram, let me know that the day after. So I should have updated this long ago. She's not the biggest sexual deviant to teach at that school. Jeffrey Epstein taught math.
Why did we put that together?
I know, right?
Yeah.
In like the 70s or 80s or something, a long time ago. But
the Big Apple.
Yeah.
Where the most brilliant minds are formed.
90s, maybe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Also, welcome to the Patreon, Bob S. and Suckling Fawn, who are now year-long members. And hit me up with that t-shirt order at hardfactorstore@gmail.com, and I will send you'll get your free t-shirt.
It's gonna be a good year.
That's right. So much content. That was a good idea by them. All right, fellas, ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news. Daily Buzz is up first. Today's Observances. It is June 24th. It's Celebration of the Senses Day, which is sounds pretty neat. International Fairy Day, Museum Comes to Life Day, which National
like the movie with Ben Stiller.
Yeah, like
Night at the Museum.
What?
It's the day, I guess. Now this is a big one. National Bomb Pop Day, my favorite popsicle. National Handshake Day. COVID is going to really put a damper on that one. National Pralines Day. Ryan Moran Day. Don't know who that is. Saint Baptiste Day and Swim a Lap Day. So.
Man, celebration of the senses is a real slap in the face to blind and deaf people. Don't you feel like?
You're right.
It is just a shove in the fucking nuts.
It's exclusionary.
Well, yeah, I mean, senses plural, so you can celebrate the senses you have. Senses. You're right.
No, it's a fucking knee kick right to
At least it wasn't like National Sight Day, you know?
Yeah, they could have called it Celebration of the Sense Day.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, it's kind of
sense.
It's kind of a smack in the face, but again, it's not National Listen to This Day.
Some guys just jacking off all day. It's like my favorite sense is touch.
Yeah,
we know
there's gonna be a lot of those guys today.
Yeah, everybody gets it, Fred.
Yeah.
Today in history, on June 24th, 1497, Italian English explorer John Cabot, he also had an Italian version of that name, became the first European to land in North America since the Vikings when he planted an English and Venetian flag down in Newfoundland. So that was the start of a lot of things.
Giuseppe is his Italian name.
Right. Yeah. And then in 1812, Napoleon launched a summertime invasion into Russia with 600,000 troops that eventually failed miserably. So Napoleon actually is horrible in the summertime, I guess.
Napoleon's all over these.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got a crush on Napoleon or something.
Britannica does. That's right.
He's just a prolific invader, but
he is prolific. Pat,
whenever you think about like all Napoleon did, and then you think about like what you've done thus far in your life, also the life expectancy was like 41 back then. This guy is fucking everywhere on horseback.
He was so tiny too.
Such a small steps.
Man. Yeah, he had a lot. Steps. He had a lot to prove.
He did, he did a lot, positive and negative. And then finally, in 2010, Australia got their first female prime minister, Julia Gillard. So,
Sheila,
horrible name.
Sheila. Hi. Yeah. Hi.
Julia Gulia.
Mm-hmm. Honorable mentions in today's Daily Buzz for June 24th. Loki episode 3 still trending. Just a massive show, trending every week. That's why I bring it up. And I haven't seen this number 3 yet, but it's supposed to be good. So, yeah, Loki trending every week. Number 5, sports. Round 2 of the Euros is set after there was 2 ties to end round 1 between Germany and Hungary.
Yeah,
was it? And then Portugal and France. And so that moves everybody into the tournament bracket starting on Saturday with the final 16 teams. Now it's like,
did Portugal advance or France?
Portugal and France both advanced because of the
Germany.
way.
Oh wow! All three from the group of death got in. Okay, that sounds like some shenanigans.
On 2 ties.
Yeah. The last game in the first round.
Yeah,
I think that was the fix was in there.
What is this that we're talking about?
The Euros, bro.
European soccer, Pat.
The biggest tournament in the world. Like outside the World Cup, this is literally the biggest sporting event. Like
they only do it every 2 years because it's so big.
It's humongous. NHL playoffs. Tampa Bay is trying to close out the Long Island as we record Wednesday night. In Vegas, we'll try to stave off elimination at the hands of Montreal tonight, Thursday night, 8 Eastern.
Did you guys see the Suns ending?
Yes.
Oh,
that was incredible.
God.
To get to the NBA where the Suns have opened up a 2-0 game lead on the Clippers in the Western Conference Final with the final play. Mark, describe it.
Oh man, so the Suns were up by 5 or 6 with less than a minute to go. They blew the lead and were down 1, and then they fouled Paul George with 8 seconds left. Paul George missed both free throws, so still down 1 with 7 seconds left. 8, 7 seconds. They go down the court. They almost turn it over. Goes out of bounds now with 0.9 seconds left on the clock. So Suns are down 1.9. They timeouts are going left and right. The reviewing plays is taking forever. They finally inbound the ball and it's just an alley-oop dunk, game over. Essentially, there was some more shenanigans, but they just dunked it in their face to end the game. And Paul George missed 2 free throws like a buffoon. Yeah.
Playoff P showed up. It
was awesome.
4 probably again.
Yeah, Suns in 4.
Also, as we're recording on Wednesday night, the Hawks and the Bucks are opening up the
first
Eastern
game.
Conference.
Yeah, to get the person who gets to lose to the Suns in the finals.
Right, to Suns in 4.
Yeah.
Yep. Suns in 4. Number 4, hashtag free Brittany. Brittany Spears finally got her day in court on Wednesday, begging the judge to end her conservatorship that she describes basically as a prison administered by her father since 2008, saying that she cries every single day and that he won't even let her have control over her own body. She wants to have another baby and he won't let her take the IUD out. Very fucked up situation.
Wow.
Yeah. And they ended the court stream after people started tweeting about it, like obviously right away. And then the next court date is set for July 14th.
Brittany, don't you make me get the cork, because I will. That IUD stays in. Okay.
Yeah. Jamie,
what's the real deal here?
Well,
why? Well, I mean,
she had a mental breakdown.
Right.
I get that, but Jesus Christ! I mean,
you can't have it both ways. That's the thing. So you can't have it both ways because they allow her to perform in Vegas, which is a grueling goddamn schedule. Can't be good for your mental health.
That's the thing.
Yeah, they allow her a slave.
Perform. She works hard. That's what her position was.
It's not even allow her to perform. They have her performing a crazy schedule as well. Yeah, it's tough. I saw the 2-hour movie about her. Her fans are so rabid though. They're not going to let this go. Something's going to come of it soon. It's going to come to a head soon. Yeah.
Even if she's crazy, she should be allowed to be free.
I agree.
Crazy people exist, bro.
Let her go. Let her be. Yeah.
If she's allowed to perform in Vegas, she should be allowed to be free.
Right. She's not like an actual tiger in Vegas. She's like a human singing and dancing. She had the #1 show in Vegas for like 18 months in a row.
You gotta be
showing up to work. # free Brittany. Number 3, Subway tuna is found to be 0% tuna in a new study. Tell us about later in the show.
Oh, you're gonna like it.
0% tuna?
I think so. That'll tell us more.
It's a bombshell.
It sounds like a bombshell.
Shellfish.
Wonder what it is. Yeah. Number 2, politics. Little politics triple here. Notably horny congressman, somehow still a representative from Florida, Matt Gaetz, tried to question Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin and Army General Mark Milley about critical race theory during a House committee hearing on Wednesday, and he got absolutely beaten down by them in their responses. So here's what Lloyd Austin had to say. He said, quote, "We do not teach critical race theory, and we don't embrace critical race theory. And I think that it is a spurious conversation," unquote, before going on to basically just bash Gaetz in general. That was Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. And then General Milley basically called Gaetz a poorly read dumbass. Like, you should read multiple perspectives, even if you don't agree with it, kind of thing,
right?
Before being like, "We don't teach it anyways, idiot." And they basically Gaetz doesn't have his groove back after his whole sexual scandal thing. He's spinning out there.
Would you
trying to make a splash, getting beaten down? He's just.
Did he ever have his groove? What?
I don't know. Probably not.
What big big law did he not vote for?
No, Pat, when he was doing that documentary with the guy that Ken, the guy we interviewed, Ken Buck, is it? And those were the stars of the HBO documentary, and he was like calling Trump every day and getting responses from Trump. Yeah. That was when he was feeling
he was sucking up to Trump. Yeah. And then there was that video
Trump's calling me back.
Right. And then there was that video of Wagon Wheel and that chick scratching his back.
Yeah.
And so I think that was he did have his groove.
He had his groove.
Wagon Wheel is so played out. Singing karaoke Wagon Wheel and thinking that that's a cool thing to do is anti-groove. That's
it's not cool.
It's not cool. It was cool once.
In Gaetz' world, that's having your groove. So.
Speaking of critical race theory, do you see our hometowns having a tough time this week?
Some guy in Loudoun County
got arrested because they did a critical race theory discussion PTA thing, and the parents were up in arms and started fighting, and then the cops came and arrested one guy whose pants were falling down in the pictures. He looked really. And then in our actual hometown of Herndon, there was a triple murder and then a suicide. A guy killed his girlfriend and her 2 daughters, and then called the cops and told him he did that, and then he went to Reston Town Center and jumped off of top of a parking garage and killed himself.
It's a 4-story garage tops there.
Whew. Yeah, well, he ended it.
Job, huh?
If you got a problem with critical race theory, just wait. It'll go away.
Right. It's certainly a hot potato right now, but Pat, I think it will. The whole thing will probably die down
just
eventually.
Wait.
And also hometowns by DC. So kind of in politics. So number 2 in the politics triple, new Arizona senator, former astronaut Mark Kelly, is realizing he came to do nothing at all in a completely split Senate when the filibuster exists. So good luck trying to get President Manchin to delete the filibuster, brand new Senator Kelly. And finally in politics, President Biden, actual President Biden, had this to say about gun control in America on Wednesday.
From the day it was passed, limited the type of people who could own a gun and what type of weapon you could own. You couldn't buy a cannon. Those who say the blood of patriots, and all the stuff about how we're going to have to move against the government. Well, the tree of liberty is not water with the blood of patriots. What's happened is that there never been, if you wanted to think you need to have weapons to take on the government, you need F-15s and maybe some nuclear weapons. The point is that there's always been the ability to rationally limit the type of weapon that can be owned.
He's trying to make the argument about you don't need a nuke yourself, but then when he does it, he also kind of implies that he would use nukes and F-15s against American citizens.
Right. I mean, I think
that's the issue.
No, I think the argument is to me, it's a factual one. You're not going to take on the government. You might be able to protect your family for a little while, but if the government really wanted to take over, they would take you over.
That doesn't make it weird at all.
No, he should not be saying it. No,
weird.
He shouldn't be saying that. No, but someone else should say it because it's logical. If the government really wanted to take over your shit,
the guy with the ability to press the nuke button probably shouldn't be saying it.
He didn't really say it.
No. He did. He said
he tried.
If he wanted to say, he's basically like, you don't need an AR-15 because I could nuke you.
I'm glad that you got that out of that.
I don't think he said AR-15 because we're not.
He's talking about cannons and the blood of liberty.
The speech was about
okay. Yeah.
The speech was about how he's going to seek to implement more gun control.
And again, we're not saying don't chew my head off on Instagram. We're not saying to come after your guns. Have guns, protect your family. Go hunting. That's fine, but you're not going to protect your family from the government if they really wanted to take over.
Definitely not from Biden's F-15.
What's the Outkast song? It's like they made them Gaetz. They got some guns that'll blow at your backs from where they stay at. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
Yep.
He should have just played that song.
Yeah, because now you're in a trap. Just that trap.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, good luck. Doesn't matter what happens to your guns because you will get destroyed.
Your tiny little guns.
Turns its nukes F-15s on you.
They made them guns.
Don't
you can see your face in that tiny little gun when a robot dog busts through the door.
Resistance is futile.
Yeah.
Number one in the buzz today. Rest in peace. R.I.P. to friend of the show, former Hard Factor guest, and former American presidential candidate, John McAfee. Of course, John McAfee was a security software whiz, notoriously hated taxes, and warned constantly that if he turned up dead of suicide, that he didn't kill himself. And it turns out that he was sitting in a Spanish prison. He got extradited to the U.S. this week from there, and he turned up suicided in his Barcelona cell in that Spanish prison just a couple hours after the extradition went through. So either John hated paying taxes so much that he offed himself rather than face his federal tax trial in America, or something else happened in that cell. But the story the authorities are sticking to is that it was suicide in a lonely jail cell, kind of like somebody else whose name trended when this news all came out. Starts with an E.
McAfee went as far as to say it.
Oh, you want to take a trip down memory lane, Pat?
Well, first of all, R.I.P. to McAfee, not R.I.P. to Epstein, though. Rotten hell to Epstein.
No, I'm just saying that the circumstances of the death.
But I just want to make that clear. I want to separate the two.
Well, of course. This is rest in peace, John McAfee. But let's take a trip down memory lane to remember our old friend. Here's a tweet in October 2020 when he was in the Spanish prison. He said, "I'm content in here. I have friends. The food is good. All is well. Know that if I hang myself a la Epstein, it will be no fault of mine."
This will be no fault of mine.
He said that in October 2020.
Use his cadence.
And then in November, he got a tattoo to preemptively claim that he was whacked by the government.
Was that November 2019, though?
November 2020.
I thought I saw 19 on that one.
Getting subtle messages from U.S. officials saying, in effect, "We're coming for you, McAfee. We're going to kill yourself. I got a tattoo today just in case. If I suicide myself, I didn't. I was whacked. Check my right arm."
Damn.
Money sign whacked. But I think that was also part of a crypto pump and dump. So, but also, guys, that's besides the point. He was facing federal crimes for crypto pump and dumps too. But let's remember some fun stuff.
That was November 2019.
That was 2019?
Yeah.
Well, that's partially why he was running. But let's remember some fun ones. December 2018, when he fantasized about fucking a whale, he tweeted, "Enough of the whale fucking is a non-consensual bullshit. A humpback whale weighs 70,000 pounds. Is 50 feet long, can dive more than a quarter mile, can crush ships with a single swipe of its tail. If a human manages to fuck one, you damn well better believe it's consensual."
Agreed.
McAfee wanted R.I.P. to fuck.
I think that stamps that conversation. That's it.
Also, another fun random one. He tweeted one time about his fisting group. A question popped up in my anal fisting thread about Thai ladyboys, men or women? ? My experience is limited to taking them home by mistake, but In spite of their male genitals, I have always considered them women. You decide.
In spite of that.
Yeah. He's a make lemonade guy too.
We're gonna brush over the anal fisting group. We have to go
Well,
straight to
he was a man of many colors.
he was a Renaissance man.
To swallow feces distributed to him from
he got mad. He got mad on that one. He never owned up to it, Pat. He didn't give you a straight answer.
Okay. What do you guys think happened to him?
It's hard to say. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
He's a fighter. He doesn't seem like a suicide guy.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think that it's definitely an option that he was killed. I think
we will never know the true answer. You know what's starting to piss me off is how we're saying that all the time about everything. We're saying it about where COVID came from, about did Epstein kill himself? Did McAfee kill himself? Ridiculous.
What have I been telling you, Will? Like when the question arises, do you want to be twice as good looking or twice as smart? It's best to be blissfully ignorant.
And hot.
Mm-hmm.
But in all seriousness,
we're never going to win.
So we'll never know what actually happens.
He was not mentally well, right? But he was presumably sober in the jail. Maybe not. Maybe we can't presume that. Because he was off his fucking rocker when he did our interview. He was like snorting cocaine on the sly, smoking dope, busting out AK-47,
using tequila to smoke.
But that's his normal. That's who he was. He was a guy who snorted cocaine, shotguns all the time.
I'm just saying, at his age, that behavior is dangerous. So I do think he's a fighter. I don't think he's a suicide guy. He's not. He doesn't seem like a suicide guy to me.
But there was like a weird tweet too, where he had like there's a picture of him with a gun to his head, and he a quote about him talking about how like you can't really commit suicide because you can't really die and that type of thing. Like so, he had that kind of thing going on too, like a weird philosophical outlook.
He's a huge troll too. He's fake.
Yeah.
Being arrested.
Well, this could be a troll. He is the type of guy who would tweet that about if I die, I got Epstein, and then kill himself just to throw the world into chaos. He is that type of guy.
It's smart. It works. He moves the fucking needle, and RIP to him. You know.
RIP, friend of the show, and he was number one in the buzz. And we can't forget April 2020 when we did get to sit down and smoke some weed with him. Here's a little trip down memory lane on that one.
I do these small little hookahs. I put tequila.
I love how he calls his bong a hookah.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
That's my preference. That's my preferred way of smoking.
Do you drink the tequila afterwards, by any chance?
Oh God, no, man. Although
Okay.
I've never tried it, why not?
Yeah, there you go. might be good.
Do you think he drank the tequila after that?
Yes,
I hope so.
Yeah.
Look at that. I can't smoke it in here.
Right. You're headed outside.
If I do, the local security will shoot me.
Let's get a look at it. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Can we show the rig there? What kind of tequila you got in there, John?
Ooh. Oh, that's the cheapest you're smoking to it. This is Cuervo.
Okay, gotcha.
So important lesson from McAfee before he passed away to us was don't use expensive tequila if you're going to smoke your weed through it. So
I'm going to pour
some money.
I'm going to pour some tequila in my bubbler this weekend for John.
Definitely pour one out. Everybody, really, that's the way to honor the man. Put a little tequila in your bubbler, and that's the buzz, which was brought to you today by manscaped.com. Look, lockdown is ending finally, which is good, but it also means you got to get out and see people again, which means you're going to need to keep your nose clean, and somebody may want to play with your balls at some point. That's why you need to go to manscaped.com and pick up the Lawnmower 4.0 ball hair trimmer and the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer to be completely prepared for any situation. It's the Performance Package 4.0. It comes with the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer. It's the only ball hair trimmer that can stand up to any undercarriage at all. It's got a light. It's got a wireless charging capability, a travel lock. It's got more adjustable guard lengths than before. It's waterproof, skin-safe ceramic blade, so you can never possibly, cut your balls, which is horrible and embarrassing. And it's got a longer-lasting battery. But also, most importantly, the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer is an absolute essential. You have to keep the nose chambers clear if you're going to be close enough to be kissing somebody. That's just science. If you have a big bushy nose hair coming out, they're not going to kiss you. You need to get in, have clean chambers, get the kiss. Manscaped also has other amazing products like cologne, several varieties of ball freshening lubes and scented oils. Incredible stuff. Get 20% off and free shipping with code HARDFACTOR, all one word, at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use code HARDFACTOR. Don't forget, your balls will thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, they will.
Gratitudes. Okay. I know you guys are Subway guys, right? I mean, whether you like to admit it,
historically speaking, yes. Historically speaking, absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Me too. Huge Subway guy. Which is why I was a little bit.
How many subs you guys think you've had lifetime?
Lifetime subs?
1,000. Remember, Will, when we used to do the workout in Charlottesville, and every day we would get a foot-long sub?
That year.
At least we would do the sled. We burned all the calories, but we would get a foot-long 5 days a week, every week.
That's tough to say. There's at least 2 years of my life I've consumed a sandwich on every day. So like about 1,000.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why I was kind of upset when I saw that the New York Times published a bombshell nice Mark, expose earlier this week alleging that something's fishy with Subway's tuna sandwich, specifically that it contains no tuna.
Come on.
What?
This can't be true.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Zero tuna?
Yeah.
Zero tuna.
That's called
right.
The tuna sub.
Right. Yeah, that's part of the class action lawsuit, Mark. The world's largest sandwich chain is currently facing a class action lawsuit in the state of California that claims its tuna sandwiches, quote, are completely bereft of tuna as an ingredient. That's a big, small word. Subway says nay and denies these allegations. A spokesperson for Subway responded to the New York Times, who was asking about this lawsuit. And the spokesperson said, quote, there's simply no truth to the allegations in the complaint that was filed in California. Subway delivers 100% cooked tuna to its restaurants, which is mixed with mayonnaise and used in freshly made sandwiches, wraps, and salads that are served to and enjoyed by our guests. And if what she's saying is correct, that's even more disturbing, because where did the tuna that Subway delivers to their restaurants go? And what have I been eating on the footlong for the last 25 years?
Did some middleman get in there and steal the tuna?
I don't know, Mark.
Is this like the pistachio thing?
You ordered tuna from Subway, Pat? That's something
I have when I was younger.
A handful.
I don't think I've ever had tuna from Subway.
Of their subs, the tuna is one of the worst, I would say.
Yeah, it's like veggie and tuna. I mean, it doesn't taste good. So
hold on. So Subway's claiming 100%.
100%.
And this
shouldn't it be 100% tuna?
0% tuna.
Yeah, it should be 100%. I mean, as much as it's 100% in terms of what the fisherman pulled out of the fish grinder. He thought it was tuna. You know, some other stuff might have gotten in there, but to his
right,
it should be 100% roughly.
Whatever's in a can of Starkist, that percentage.
Exactly. On the subject, real quick diatribe here. The tuna sub, which you guys all say is terrible, is the second most popular sub on Subway's menu. Anyone want to guess what the others in the top 5 are?
Turkey's
number 1.
Black Forest ham.
The cold cut combo.
No, maybe
Chicken bacon ranch.
Italian, the spicy. The
Italian BMT is number 3.
The oven roasted chicken.
Nope.
What?
Number 4 is the Veggie Delight.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, number 5 is it's from left field. You wouldn't guess number 5.
Philly cheesesteak?
Steak and cheese, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, top 5. Anyway, guys, earlier this year when the actual lawsuit was filed, in an effort to clap back at the haters and the more than 1,000 frequent Subway customers who joined the class action suit after suffering, quote, economic injury, Subway doubled down on the authenticity of its ahi in the form of a discount on their website, offering 15% off its, quote, 100% real wild-caught tuna that is also, quote, 100% delicious if you use promo code It's Real. So they were trying to get ahead of it back in February.
That sounds like a trap. Like if you buy the It's Real, you got kicked out of the lawsuit.
That's actually a great point, Mark. Didn't think about that.
Why would you buy the It's Real if you're claiming it's not real? Like you can't do that.
Do you think they would have caught a bunch of fish with that net? I don't know. Now here's a bit, guys, from the totally necessary and just class action lawsuit from losers who need so much control in their lives that they're suing because they didn't get what they wanted on their sandwich. So this is from the lawsuit. Had plaintiffs and other customers known the products actually lacked tuna, they would have not purchased the products or would have paid significantly less for them.
That's fair.
As a result, plaintiffs and other similarly situated class members have been deceived and suffered economic injury. The malicious actions taken by the defendants caused significant harm to customers. Do you guys agree?
I mean,
significant
I agree.
harm, no.
I agree.
What are they saying?
Pop in here. Is this lawsuit going to work out?
What are they saying is in the tuna?
We're going to get
sandwich?
to that.
Okay,
we're going to get to that, Wes.
This holds water, right, Bubba? Unlike the tuna.
Holds water. That's good. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Significant injuries are definitely a stretch, but to say economic loss, aren't all Subway sandwiches like the same price for whatever size
they
you
must
get?
be claiming that the value was nothing.
They should have been $5 footlongs instead of $7 for the tuna.
Yeah,
the specific arguments are that they would have paid less and that Subway was advertising a premium product in tuna. So people were willing to pay whatever price. And they also made a great argument at one point in the lawsuit about how the meat of a sandwich is the most important part of a sandwich, and they were depriving them.
But they have to show proof of 0% tuna. So
yeah, we're going to get to that. Okay. By the way, guys, I want to point out here, the attorney that's bringing this case, Shalani Dorga, has also sued Costco, claiming their Kirkland signature dark roast coffee did not actually contain 100% Arabica coffee beans.
So it's like ambulance chasers, except it's like product chasers.
Right. She also sued Kraft because their natural cheeses contain
don't
artificial
advertise it if you don't have it.
Color.
That's the reason why people hate lawyers.
And she sued Tootsie Roll because a bunch of fat asses alleged that they were getting shorted Junior Mints in the box. Someone was like opening their boxes, Junior Mints, saying there were more in here last time. I think they're trying to short us.
Frivolous lawsuit.
Someone did the research.
Junior Mints.
The worst fucking candy. Is she just trying to get or he trying to get just settlements so this goes away? Like they're just
100%
frivolous lawsuits. Yes.
Right, yeah. I've never. I actually look at lawsuits quite a bit. I've never seen a longer lawsuit than the Kraft Foods one. There was like 600 documents.
You guys are missing the point. Like, okay, so if the coffee doesn't have 100%, but it has 80%, if the Junior Mints have 80% of what they use, this is 0% tuna, not a percent.
Again, no, I've said most.
This is bullshit. Subway should lose this. Subway should lose this.
There is tuna in those fucking subs, though.
Okay,
there is.
All right. Well,
obviously the study's bogus.
Let's get to that. So what's the deal? Well, New York Times reporter Julia Carmel, she bought 60 inches of Subway tuna from 3 different Los Angeles area Subway locations. She took the tuna out. She froze it, and then she sent it to a commercial fish testing lab to find out once and for all. And quick side note, guys, a number of labs turned Julia down, probably because they were grossed out of the idea of handling Subway tuna.
They were probably greased by Subway's wheels.
But she finally found one. All right, now what are the results? So according to the report, there was, quote, no amplifiable tuna DNA present in the sample, and so we obtained no amplification products from the DNA. Therefore, we couldn't identify the species. Gross.
Wow.
Okay. So that's the clickbait shit. Alternatively, the lab tech offered this explanation. There's 2 possible conclusions. One is that it's so heavily processed that whatever we could pull out, we couldn't make an identification, or they happened to just grab a piece that wasn't actually tuna, the piece that they tested. So I don't know.
Did you say be the 15% off? I might go get one.
Yeah, it's real is the code. See if it still works.
That study does not sound very conclusive.
No, it's not. But it sold papers for the New York Times, and it got me to cover the story. So
no, it actually trended. It was number 3 on the buzz, as you saw. So I mean,
I don't know that it had a negative effect, though. Most of the Twitter comments were people just buying a tuna sandwich and posting photos of them eating it.
And being like, fuck you, frivolous lawsuit.
I don't know. I'm on the other side. I'm going to offer up like a at cost out of my pocket free t-shirt for the first person that goes to Subway and orders a footlong tuna, asks for it for here, and then dumps it straight in the trash in front of the Subway people.
Ooh, there you go.
I mean, if you send a video,
send a video of that.
Say,
I ordered a tuna sub.
Most people are just going to eat the tuna sub.
That'll show the workers at Subway that have nothing to do with it.
That's right. Make sure the general manager
told me to abuse these workers.
Yeah.
That's right.
What do you make an hour? Fuck you.
They're not throwing it at them. What do you mean? They're not throwing it at them.
Hey, hobo, I bought you a sandwich. It's in the fucking trash in the Subway.
You got to tip them $2 before you cause the scene.
There you go. Tip them. There you go.
and then walk away and don't clean it up.
No, it's in the trash. I'm saying dump it in the trash, not on the ground. I'm saying to ask for Tahir and take the tray straight to the trash can and dump it straight in the trash.
Practice dumping it on the ground.
It's just going to be a video I'm going to put on my Twitter.
Sick. It'll be good on TikTok. Yeah, guys, like that psycho lawyer, I used to need 100% Arabica beans coffee to get through my day, but not so much anymore because of True Niagen. I love True Niagen. It fuels the body's energy. Their engine specifically maintains cellular metabolism and even supports heart health, which is something I knew before they became a sponsor of ours. Someone had been telling me, hey, you smoke and take Adderall and don't exercise. You should do something. I said, what should I do? They said True Niagen. It supports heart health. It's good. I have more energy. Don't need those extra cups of coffee since I started it. And with 11 published human clinical studies backed by Nobel Prize winners, that's pretty good. True Niagen is a supplement that's clinically proven to boost NAD levels, an essential coenzyme required for cellular energy and repair. So I have more resiliency. My muscles recover. I have been working out last day of Fatathon. And I've just more zest for life, if you know what I'm saying. So throw some more vitality in your life today with True Niagen. Right now, new customers can save 10% off their first purchase by going to True Niagen, that's TRUNIAGEN.com/factor, and use promo code FACTOR. That's True Niagen, TRUNIAGEN.com/factor. Use promo code FACTOR. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease.
All right, one more piece of business for the Tik Tok International Moment. After years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch, right, guys? So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting at $15 a month, I thought there had to be a catch. But you know what? There's no catch. After using the service and experiencing the full coverage that you get with Mint Mobile, it all made sense. There's just no catch. Mint Mobile's secret sauce is they're the first company to sell wireless service online only. No retail stores cut out that expense. There's no crazy overhead costs that get passed down to you in the form of mystery fees on your bill. Instead, Mint just passes down sweet savings right to you. Switching to Mint Mobile is going to save you a ton. It has saved me a ton, and the service is great too. Go on their website, check out their coverage on their map. It's everywhere. So for people looking for extra savings, Mint Mobile offers premium wireless, just $15 a month. All plans come with unlimited talk and text and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. So just like nothing happened. And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee. Test the coverage, test the service. You're going to love it. 7-day money-back guarantee. Switch to Mint Mobile and get premium wireless service starting at just $15 a month. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and to get your plan shipped right to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/hardfactor. That's mintmobile.com/hardfactor. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month. What are you paying now? $150, $140? Holy shit. Save yourself some money. mintmobile.com/hardfactor. All right, guys, it is time for TikTok, the Tik Tok International Moment. Today we have 4 stories. Going to go to Japan, then we're going to go down under, then to Italy, then back down under to do some coke with some models. Okay.
Hey, yo.
That sounds pretty good, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Ready?
Coke in Australia is the most expensive of any place in the world.
It is expensive down there. Yeah. I bet Japan's more expensive.
They can't produce their own, right? Is that
nah. Yeah. All comes from butts.
Yeah. All right. So first, let's go to Japan, where everyone is shitting a brick because, hey, guess what? A giant panda gave birth in captivity again. Woohoo! But this time it's extra special and newsworthy again because the panda Shinshin has given birth to twins at the Ueno Zoo in Tokyo. The first panda birth in 4 years at the zoo. So that's exciting. Shinshin, the mom, arrived at the zoo over a decade ago with her man Riri and gave birth to a daughter, Zhang Zhang, in 2017. And if you have never seen what a giant panda looks like at birth, let me tell you, it's disgusting. Here's the video. There's Shin Shin giving birth and kind of swatting around her baby on a cold, hard surface in the jail. And there's the baby. Look at that.
Oh,
thing. It's disgusting.
Looks like an alien.
Yeah,
wriggling.
It's
like
it looks like a skinned and cooked iguana.
Yeah, it's hairless. It's pink. It's tiny. It's like a rat. It's disgusting. So pandas are
so cute though.
It does. Yes. I mean, you see how small it is. The thing weighed like 4.5 ounces, so they're very tiny. Pandas are notoriously prude bears and only go into heat once a year and are shallow as fuck when selecting their partners, which is why getting one to mate and have babies is such a goddamn miracle. Following the announcement of the birth, the zoo's owner was seen yesterday buying a Lamborghini, and it could be heard laughing maniacally, repeating, "Twins!" Twins to himself. He also told reporters he's thinking of naming the twins Ticket and Sales.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you were
winning Ticket,
what if you were the master panda breeder? That's what we should get into. If you were like the panda whisperer and you could produce baby pandas, you would be a valuable man.
Or if you just figured out how to force the semen into the vagina of the other panda, and then they just have to be pregnant. You know,
you're gonna get scratched up a lot.
Right? He said panda whisperer.
Inject, with a needle.
Yeah, so that's exciting. You can sell one of them now.
Twins is huge.
Twins is
huge.
So they're monitoring them. Hopefully, we won't have any bad news. But those things are very finicky when they're born. Next, let's go to Australia, where a friend of the show, the Tasmanian Devil, has absolutely decimated an entire population of penguins on the island of Maria off the coast of Tasmania. There's a little dot right there off the coast. So the Tasmanian devils were brought there in 2012 to protect some of the population against a highly contagious devil facial tumor disease, a kind of face cancer. Whoa. But while they were able to save the devils, they absolutely destroyed over 3,000 pairs of little penguins on that island. There's what a little penguin looks like.
Oh no!
They are
so scared.
So cute. The penguins are gone. They
had no chance. Yeah,
they had no chance.
Was that the only place they lived? This kind of penguin?
No, they're all over the place. Okay. But they want no part.
This island.
Yeah,
not all over the place. They're not in Tasmania anymore.
They're not on that island. They want no part of the devil. It becomes kind of like a Jurassic Park amongst penguins in the area. Like, don't go to that island. Whatever you do, man. So yeah, there's devils running around.
Go deal with the freaks on the mainland with the face like tumors.
Yeah. So the Tasmanian devils are thriving. Tiz would never. Next, let's go to Rome, Italy, to the Vatican, where a funny meeting between the Pope and Spider-Man is making headlines across the globe. At the end of the weekly audience in the Vatican San Damaso courtyard, Pope Francis is greeted by a man wearing a full Spider-Man costume, who then gives the Pope his own Spider-Man mask. Here's the video. It's not clear what the two men are saying in the video, but I think it's like, "Hey, Pope Francis, big fan. Here, use this to lure kids to the basement of the Vatican. Why? Look. Oh, look over there to the right. There's some kids right over there. I'm going to use it against them." No, just kidding. Don't get your rosaries in a bunch. Spider-Man was actually Mattia Villardita from northern Italy, who was recently given an award by Italy's president for all the work he does going around the pediatric wards, hospitals, and entertaining sick kids. Yeah, so he's good. Good for you, Mattia. Just a joke. But now the Pope has his own Spider-Man mask, and that made big news. And finally, let's go back down under to do some coke off of a model's breasts. Yes, at least that's what one now disgraced cop did. But Zachary Maidment, has turned it all around and is much happier now because he and that model, who happens to be his former fiance, Tiana Hansen, there she is, are now making porn on OnlyFans together. Yeah.
Went from being a cop in Australia, which is notoriously violent and dangerous, to getting paid more to have sex with her.
That's right. It was quite the turnaround. Pretty good turnaround. The story all started last July with Zach, who used to be a Gold Coast senior constable, was caught supplying coke and MDMA at his birthday party, which I guess was bugged. And according to the police report, quote, "The heavily tattooed Maidment watched while Hansen snorted coke off another naked woman's bum and then proceeded to sniff the drug off of his other half's bosom before asking another reveler to follow suit." What a day. What a great birthday. The birthday boy repeatedly used the drug several times that night. And from their site, here's the site from their OnlyFans. This is the hype that they wrote. The couple the couple of X's you've been waiting for. We have decided to give you all something to talk about this time. You're welcome in advance for the good wank material. Hanson has actually been doing this for a year, but this is the first time Zach will join her and hopefully making six figures like she did. Here's a couple of the titles of the posts they have. Fact: she likes to be hit hard, June 16th.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the only thing your girl should be having for breakfast, uncensored version. Another one. I'm really good at most.
I know what he gives her.
Yeah, you know what he gives her.
Cereal.
That's right. Just pull the
Eat
panties
it,
to the
yeah, eat it slowly.
Yeah. And then I'm really good at multitasking, can ride dick and brush teeth at the same time. So there's just a lot of content for your enjoyment on
morning
that
in the morning.
Yeah.
They love the mornings there.
They say they specialize in squirting too.
Yes, there was in there. There's a squirting thing. You can they take requests, so it's like $9.99 a month for all this action. So not a pretty good deal actually.
What do you work for them?
I mean, look at them.
Yeah, they are good looking.
They are good.
If you're gonna get anyone's OnlyFans,
just look at them. And that's gonna do it for the Tik Tok International Moment.
Nice. Good job. Okay. Well, if you want proof that people have lost their minds from not being allowed to party at large gatherings and concerts and festivals until very recently and are making up for lost time, then look no further than my story here. It's another rave, by the way. There was the one I think Pat covered on the international TikTok moment, TikTok International Moment in France, where it was like hundreds of cops that fought hundreds of rave attendees at night. Mm-hmm. This one is in the States, though, and a little bit of a different style of rave. Come on over to the town of Mammoth Cave, Kentucky with me. We got a picture of it. Like it's right. It looks like it's kind of like Western Kentucky. It's kind of near Louisville.
It's like
small
rural
town.
Bowling Green area.
Correct. Bowling Green area. Yeah. Here it is on the map. You saw it. And it has a cave, obviously. In fact, it's apparently home to the part of the world's largest cave system, hence the name Mammoth Cave.
Nice.
So, yeah, pretty cool, right? But more importantly, it was home to the 5-day-long 2021 Redneck Rave Festival this June 16th, June 20th. The Redneck Rave Festival is described as America's wildest and craziest country party. And at this time, I would like to thank everyone who sent this story in for submission. There are a lot of you, especially Buster Cervix. Thanks, Buster.
He was probably at the rave too.
Yeah, Buster Cervix. They aren't lying when they say it's the wildest country party, by the way, guys. By the end of the festival, 48 people were arrested and charged with varying offenses, including 6 felonies. There were 30 charges involving drugs or alcohol-related offenses, including drug trafficking. 63 traffic-related offenses, like with cars and stuff, and then 2 arrest warrants were served on fugitives that could not miss the biggest Redneck Rave Festival since the all-timer in 2018 in Medora, Indiana. Thanks a lot, COVID, right? Really slowed down the festivals.
So it's got a 3-year history, and one of the years was a COVID year.
Well, I think they still snuck a few in during COVID. It's been going on for a little while. This is by far the biggest one, this 2021 one in Kentucky. It's not even close. This is the biggest one. They sold like 20,000 tickets. Things really got out of hand come like day 3 or 4 of the festival, especially for the festival goers on no sleep thanks to meth, energy drinks, alcohol, cigarettes, and Yellow Wolf blaring. Hard to sleep with that combo, but easy to rage. And I'll just rattle off a few of the incidents that happened. One man got drunk and slit his friend's throat and then ran into the woods. And as of Wednesday, the attempted murderer was not apprehended. So
what?
They got in a drunk argument and he cut his buddy's throat.
Did he die?
Almost.
No, there's probably paramedics on site.
Yeah.
So luckily,
gave him a light slit.
I knew there was paramedics around. I knew he'd get saved.
He'd be fine.
He got him good enough to run into the woods to never return. And they haven't found him yet. That's one incident. One man, 29-year-old Lancer Hodges, was arrested for allegedly strangling a woman until she passed out when they got in a fight over a blanket. That's my blanket.
No.
The victim ended up being okay with scratches on her neck, but she told police she couldn't breathe and blacked out during the ordeal. Hodges denied any wrongdoing over the blanket, but was charged with strangulation, wanton endangerment, and 4th-degree domestic violent assault.
Just a little choke, officer.
Yeah, I mean, It was his blanket after all. One man driving a side-by-side, which is basically a bigger ATV. It's like it allows multiple rows, so I guess it's called a UTV instead of an ATV. And that's definitely the vehicle of choice for the festival, by the way, followed by pickup trucks with fuck Biden flags and then RVs. That was the order.
Have Polaris, you want to get in here.
Yeah, exactly. That was kind of the order of the how many vehicles were there and the preferred. Yeah, so the guy driving the UTV, the side by side, impaled himself with a log while driving the off-road vehicle. He drove over the log, which snapped and went up through the floorboard and all the way through his abdomen, stopping only because there was a steel plate behind his seat. So it went all the way through him. He had to remain with the log all the way through him stationary until he was airlifted to the hospital, because if they'd removed him from the vehicle, he would have bled out in minutes. So he just sat there with the log, pinning him to the metal
He survived?
seat. Yeah, he survived too.
This thing is incredible. Listen to all these people that are surviving.
They're tough people out there. Multiple other people suffered severed fingers, loss of fingers, broken bones, dislocated joints, and severe lacerations during the festival. Dozens of people were treated for severe alcohol poisoning.
What's the insurance policy like on that? I wonder, because
I don't know.
I'll tell you, I've filled a couple insurance policies applications out for live events, and they get into detail. Like, is there anything going on where someone might lose a finger, get impaled? Well,
these people don't care, man. They're ready to party like that. I don't even know if you have to sign a waiver to go to this thing. I think
people are suing people
for
not having enough junior mints in their package.
Not at this festival. Not at this festival.
No, that lawsuit, these people could never mix. The people at
because they don't know any lawyers.
Festival, these people are proud they lost their finger. They're not going to
around. Right? No. They don't want to.
They're partying, man.
It's a different scene,
different breed out there.
I'd like to thank you for honorably taking my finger back there.
These aren't the people that complain about too few junior mints,
right? No. What the fuck is a junior mint?
Cigarettes, maybe. If you short them on a pack. The local
friend slit my throat last year. See it?
That was a good party. Good party.
Slit my throat.
Slit my throat last year.
He left.
I'd like to see him try it again. It's all scar tissued over.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to get a sharper knife this year.
He's quick to go like this. The local Mammoth sheriff said he knew the event would cause problems, obviously, but that he was severely understaffed. So he made the decision to just only arrest people that were wreaking havoc outside the park. So anyone that was doing anything inside the park didn't get busted by the cops. Yeah. But he wanted to protect his town from the out-of-towners. So once they came outside of the area and were fucking around, that's when people really got arrested. They did set up a few checkpoints outside of the festival to make sure people weren't hammered driving in and out. And here's a quotes from the police. The first vehicle that came through, we found meth, marijuana, and an open alcohol container. And then one of the occupants had 2 active warrants. We were like, uh-oh, this is going to be a hell of a weekend. The first fucking car, they find meth. They've got a fugitive in the car. Anyways, the Redneck Rave organizer, owner, and precog, Justin Stowers, who goes by Just in Time, had this to say about the event on his Facebook. Y'all remember when I said in a song, started in a cornfield, now we nationwide. Today that came true because they got huge nationwide press everywhere. And Justin Time is, of course, a country rapper. Like half of the attendees at this thing. It's like when you go to a UFC event and you can tell based on the very loud, aggressive conversations at the concession stands that at least half of the people attending are in some type of amateur martial arts training. They're like, you at Gracie's, bro? That's cool. I'm over at Extreme Couture because we throw hands, bro. None of the rolling around on the mat, fingering each other's asses at Couture, bro. That's basically what you hear at any UFC event. I've been to a few.
You're talking about what local gyms they train
my God. They're all meatheads and they just try to pick fights at the concession stands. Every woman at a UFC event has fake tits. Every single woman. Justin also said this year's festival was the coolest thing he's ever seen in his life and that he's looking forward to the next event in October. So they sold 20,000 tickets to this one. And according to Justin, Vice has reached out to him and wants to film a documentary at the October event, which is going to be 3 days long.
They sold 20,000 tickets?
Yeah.
All right, so they booked Afro Man. I'm just looking at the social media, and this is how they tried to spin it. They said, thanks for everyone who came out to the Redneck Rave. It was legendary when Afro Man came out, right? Let me tell you what Afro Man cost to book. $2,500. They sold 20,000 tickets. Where the fuck did the money go?
In Justin Time's pocket.
Justin Time probably had to make a lot of dirt bike pits.
Yes.
That required a lot of handout meth because you got to hand out meth to the workers.
Yes,
and that's not free.
The drugs, the demolition derby, so they had to like provide demolition cars. Yeah. I'm sure they rented out a bunch of those UTVs that are damaged forever. Yeah, and potentially maybe they just gave people that lost a finger like a couple grand.
Monster Energies, payoff money.
Right. But anyways, if anyone's interested, it seemed like fun, and they have another one going on in October.
Lots of SIGs.
Maybe we could take a trip as a Hard Factor team to
it would be
to the one in October. Awesome. Yeah. Anyways,
I've been to the Redneck Games in Georgia, but that's nothing like this.
No, this is another level. This is there is no level after this. It's death.
This is the top level.
It's just the highest you can go in terms of partying and danger, and that's going to do it for Hard Factor. Thank you so much for listening. Watch party tomorrow night. In fact, tonight I'm going to go see Fast 9. So I'll tell you how it was at the I got a midnight showing of Fast 9. I'm excited about F9. But so you got to get Netflix. And I think you have to get the Chrome extension called Teleparty. So you got to watch it on your computer or plug in a HDMI onto your big screen. And we're going to watch, what are we watching? Under Siege at 9 p.m. on Friday. And then, other than that, we'll keep you informed. Florida Man Friday is going to be fucking hilarious tomorrow as well. But, thanks to the people who keep sending in the car and popping the club in the yearly, things are going really well. That means we're going to be able to keep providing awesome content for at least the next year. So thanks to all of you. Keep spreading the word and have a great fucking day.